Hello and welcome to the DFS_PhD show for today, the 21st of June. Underdog WNBA show. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. And hey, great NBA season, guys. I haven't done the recap on it myself because I don't think it was good in the end. But it was, I had one where I won the $4. I've done that once a year for 2 years. That's fine. I want to improve that. So I didn't feel like I improved. I just kind of treaded water. But thanks to you guys. Casey Ballin, saw you win a few times. Hefty, I know. Yeah, we're talking with you about overall strategy since the beginning. Basil, new to the channel. Thank you. I appreciate it. The hair compliment. But yeah, like I said, it's genetic. And yeah, I'm just very lucky. Slash, I don't really have much to pull my hair out about. I just have a child. And like I asked for that. So I can't whine about that. Congrats to all our Boston fans and also Al Horford. I love seeing him be that happy. We are, as always, sponsored by PredictionStrike. You can use promo code PhD to get their best deposit match bonus. It is nice getting paid by them. So yeah, and Jamario is in the chat with good ideas every week. I just pulled a trigger on at least $50 of each of these guys because you get about 10, 15, 20% from the pop, depending on how good you are about getting on your phone. I still haven't figured out exactly how to do the WNBA on DraftKings on here. Plus, I don't really like the slate on DraftKings. I might not even enter the $15. I don't. It's just too much. I'm not going to have enough entries to do what I need to do for DraftKings. So leads me to making the underdog video. I'm going to do. Also, you should watch Cody's video first on for general understanding the slate. Slash because I like Cody. And last year, like I was thinking about doing W videos because I really like the W. But last year there wasn't quite enough interest to justify additional people. I didn't want to take away from Cody's thing. But this year he's really. I can see he's balling. DK's making videos. I think there's room for creators in the space. And with Underdog starting their contest like a week ago with the drafts, I really have been enjoying myself. I'm like close to up, but I keep playing their pick'em product, so I can't really parse out very easily. Yeah, I know I'm losing money on pick'em. I like to do their stupid ADX stuff. I know that's not positive expected value. I don't need anybody to tell me that. Okay, so I just like having the access to the high end parlays. That's the only way I have it right now. So for underdog, there's we'll get to the dream rotation in a second. This is where I'm at. I've drafted 29 teams. I really like their competition for today. It's $5 with 4K up top. They've been running pretty much 3K up top, 4K up top, something like that with this $5. They started the first day. They had a juicy one. It was $3 with 1K up top. That was a 20 max. I really like that one. It didn't fill at all. But I'd like to see them try a couple more contest types, but I can't blame them. They haven't been getting that much traction. Thus, making some videos to pump them. Plus, today, like, comment, subscribe. I haven't said that in a while. I do have ceased to do it. No, I'm just kidding. You're still liking the videos plenty. But I do, yeah, give me a like on this video if you prefer more WNBA videos, and a like on the MLB video that's coming in like half an hour if you want more MLB videos. I'm not sure how much of a summer break I'm taking. It's been a couple of days, and it's fine. But I don't really have anything to do right now anyway. They just kicked off the baseball game. I'll watch it in a little bit. But I'm just gonna sit here and draft these anyway. I might as well tell you about it. So for today, there's one piece of news that I think the underdog people are slow on. So yesterday I was just hammering lobbies. I was hammering the lobby. I was entering, for me, this is a lot of lineups, like 30 or whatever is about the most I've ever done. I'll probably go 40 or 50 today because I'm pretty confident in my takes. And my takes are that Ryan Howard is a usage monster for this team, this Atlanta team. And she's gone. She's hurt. She did only play 24 minutes in the last game because she got hurt in it. But like it can't, I mean, I don't understand how I'm being allowed to get Haley Jones in the fifth round, how I'm being allowed to have aerial powers sometimes in like the fifth round. Fourth, I'm not pushing it anymore because like that was yesterday. Today I'm getting her in the fourth round. Still good, still fine. Shouldn't be in the fourth round. She's like really gonna play possibly 36 minutes today. Alicia Gray, same deal. You should. So there's four people in the drafts. If you're above 25%, then and it's a person who's going to be taken by everybody, you have a positive leverage. If it's below 25%, you have negative leverage. So people I'm positively leveraged to: Alicia Gray, Caitlin Clark, obvious reasons. I mean, Caitlin Clark, people are just letting her fall to like 3 and 4 and whatever. And no, not for her upside. She hasn't had one of those mega upside games. I think we all like. I haven't particularly enjoyed the way she started the season, but I've seen her get hot like one or two times in these WNBA games. And who on Atlanta's going to stop her? Who's the big defensive threat? I mean, what's her name? Who is hurt? Ryan Howard was a decent one, but now what do we got? Like Haley Jones? No, she'll blow past Haley Jones. We got Alicia Gray's not interested in playing defense. I legitimately don't know who it is on Atlanta. Who's the next guard like at all for them? I don't think that's anybody. So I mean, you just have to play a ton of these guys, and thus, how am I getting them all? Who are you? How are they available for me? You guys should be taking them much higher. I'll show you my rankings in a second because I didn't know that existed for the first like week I played because whatever. It's fun to draft and you pay more attention, obviously, the better you do. Um, Christy Wallace is like a last Hillmon Wallace. I'm not sure what to do with that last man in piece. I like Hillmon, but could DNP, right? Like we all saw what happened in the last game. By the way, that's why I make WNBA videos. I really like the WNBA. I just watch all of every game. I think their skills are more transferable for me. I'm not up there, put back dunking. I'm not, maybe I can learn a little bit about that like step back fadeaway that people are shooting in the NBA. But for the most part, the stuff they're doing is just well beyond my abilities. Stuff they're doing in the W is not beyond my abilities, with the exception of like Brittany Griner and like a couple people who could probably still throw it down a little bit easier than me. Uh, I like to think if I lost 30 pounds, I could get there. Well, let's do it. Why not? We'll have a dunk for the channel at the end of the year. Well, why don't we have a challenge? If you guys get up to like what? We're at almost 300 now. If we get up to 500 subscribers by the end of whatever season we do, WNBA or MLB, then I'll try to dunk and post the video or whatever. Because it's been a while. Somebody asked me the other day if I could dunk, and I'm like, it has been like 5 years since I've dunked. Pretty much every time I get thin, I like to dunk. It would be a good encouragement. I've been sitting around a little too much recently, playing a little too much golf. All right, so people pop over the weight too. I've been getting lucky with Asia. Anytime you're running way above the field on your Asia, on a slate like this where she's clearly the best by like 10 points expected value, you're tempted to hang him up. And it's good to him up. But, I did that this year with Justin Jefferson because I had an outsized share of Justin Jefferson that was wild, like more than 2x the field. He was number one pick. And he got hurt like week one. So, that can happen. It's a lot more painful when it happens in best ball than when it happens in it wasn't week one. I didn't pay that much attention to football season. I'm not making too many football videos just for fun. Showdown. I'm good at showdown rules and stuff. But in terms of like teams and like best ball and stuff, yeah, I'll watch other people's videos on that. But okay. So Aaliyah Boston is another one where like people are way on her. She's had a few good games. I'm going to match the field on all sites, but am I convinced she's going to slap down Tina Charles, like just phenomenal people every night? Not really. And I think Tina Charles might smack her. I think, Nas might smack. They've got big bodies, man. I mean, like Atlanta is not challenged. They've got four big bodies that they could throw at you. So if they decide they gonna hurt you, they gonna hurt you, right? I mean, like they're gonna throw Nas at you, they're gonna throw a Coffey at you, they're gonna throw. People are way overreacting to that Coffey game on underdog, particularly. I'll take a few shares if you give it to me in the fifth round. I'm not gonna pay fourth round or whatever for Nia Coffey like you guys are. It's outrageous. But yeah, so Coffey could hit her. What's her name? I have that much Parker-Tyus? No, I don't have any yet. Wow. Okay, I should probably hedge that. Because they have so few bodies, right? So today, the first thing to do is make sure you have a feeling for what the dream rotation is going to be today. Without Ryan Howard, that was 24 minutes on top of the last game where these people played a lot, and then there was blowout. So like, don't just transfer the last game. Number one, Subaj, that was before the blowout. That might be intentional. I don't know what to do with those minutes because she might not play, but also Hillmon might not play, and Subaj play all those minutes and give you incredible leverage. I don't think you can play her on underdog just because she hasn't really shown what's her ceiling, what's her like situation defensively, offensively. But it wasn't bad. Like she had a better plus minus. Coffey or no, Hillmon was a minus 11 and Subaj was a plus 2 in roughly the same amount of minutes. So, like coaches look at that after the game and they'll talk about it, and it's at least going to be a talking point. I don't know what they're going to do with Parker-Tyus. I don't know what they're going to do with Tina Charles. 20 minutes seems too few, but then I go and I look at like Tina Charles game log, and then it's all over the place. It's like the 20's fine, So what am I going to do? 32, 28, 16 in a loss to Indiana, right? What? So, that's why I put 20 is because like 28, 16, and 27, the upside's better, but like I don't know what to do with Tina Charles. And obviously I'm drafting her better than 20 implied minutes because I think if the Subaj minutes aren't there, if Hillmon does not get extended, who's sucking all those minutes up? They're not extending Parker-Tyus anymore. Parker-Tyus, I mean, like if we look at her minutes, geez, Parker-Tyus minutes. So like, oh, minutes, that's not the way. Hopefully it still gets me to game log. Yeah, all right. Stats is what I always search. Yeah, 13, 15. So I mean, I'm giving her what? More than that. Yeah, so I think that might be a little high on her minutes. So maybe that's where they come from. Like we put 5 and then 22.5, but then that's still not enough. Let's go 25 and let's give her 0. And then so that gives 2.5, 27.5 minutes for Park. Yeah, that's better. 27.5 for Tina Charles. That's more in line with what I'm thinking, where Gray and Powers play almost the full game. I'm giving Powers what I'm calling like the power 3 role, but that's just because I think Alicia Gray's never really running the 3, and she's never going to. I mean, she might sometimes go point. I'm not sure the distribution, her and Dangerfield, how much backup Dangerfield, how much backup Gray running the point. So anyway, this is my general breakdown of the 1 through 5. And do I have my rankings here? I think I do. Right here? Yeah. So I can show you my general rankings. This is just based on what kind of, so as a result of these rankings, I'm getting to way too little Alyssa Thomas. So that's what I'm going to do on camera right now. So I'm going to draft a pro Alyssa Thomas lineup because I don't have enough of those as a result of having already drafted a tremendous amount of Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston ahead of her. So, if I get in the first 2 slots, because that's where she'll be available, then this will be, I'll try to do some sort of a Connecticut stack. So yeah, let me show you. I guess I can show you a few of my drafts since you can't copy them anyway. So what are some of the actual completed ones? My favorite ones of the day. This one's my highest projected, Asia Wilson, Tina Charles. So it's a stack of Las Vegas and Connecticut with all of the big people. Tina Charles, Haley Jones, Naz Hillmon. I guess Haley Jones is just big and a point guard. She's also over projected, so that's one case where, like, I don't know if I can count that one. This was pretty good. Yeah, this is almost a full stack of the Atlanta game, except Brianna Jones and Asia. So I did a lot of drafting that way, like correlations that I induced on purpose / because I was getting a lot of them ranked together, Asia and Brianna Jones together, and Asia and Jackie together. Jackie's way underprojected. Anytime you see somebody underprojected on here, you just take her. You just take as much as you can get, because other people, Jackie's last name, why am I Young, right? Hold on, let me look. Exposure. Yeah, Jackie Young. Am I not getting a ton of her? I thought I was getting a ton. Well, we'll have to make sure to introduce a little bit of more Young. Huh. We're under the field? Well, this is no good. Hold on. Jaya. Well, where's the percentage? 27.6 above the field. Phew. I'd have a heart attack if I went under the field on Jaya. That'd be terrible. She's like way under projected here. So, okay, let me show you. We go to WNBA. We enter the 5-person one it's like 60%. I don't think it's going to fill. Get out there, guy. I mean, it's a little bit early to say that, but yes, I will enter the draft. Now your detector. What are you talking about? You can't detect my permissions. I'm on my desktop. I'm on my. What do you mean you can't detect my? Well, how do I do this? How do I tell you? Please do better. Tell me you can't relaunch to update. Well, I'm not going to relaunch the thing. All right. Well, so much for the live drafting. It's just I can't figure out how to actually do it on the desktop. I guess I could have done a dry run of that first. But yeah, anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Use promo code DFS PhD on Underdog if you do decide to join for the first time. It's not very much of a bonus for me. I really am doing it because I want these to fill. These are fun competitions. $5 with 4K up top. You do the math. The DraftKings one is like $15 with 10K up top. It should be 12K up top for me to be as interested in DraftKings. So I'm shifting a significant portion of my spend over here. And it's just math. I mean, like the math works out. But I think I have higher access over here. Plus, I'm not sure. I don't think the optimizers and stuff are as tuned into this kind of new drafting that Underdog does. So that's what brings me over here. It's certainly not an additional amount of tools or skill or anything like that. I do tend to think that when there's a new game, I have an advantage. That's been the case in the past, where like whatever games that have existed for a total of one season, I'll win like 3K on, and then it's gone, and I can't find MGM whatever stupid thing it was anymore for this playoffs, like I did 3 years ago, and that was my biggest hit of the whole year on whatever stupid thing that existed for a total of 1 month. So that's coming throughout my entire life. Like I'll catch the first 90% of any idea, boom, like a freaking steel trap, and then I got it, man. I am cool on the rest. And that may explain my general performance in DraftKings as well. The last 10%, man, I got to figure out a way to get myself like to imagine it as a new problem. Maybe I can do that, reformulate and get the next 90% of that 10%. Maybe maybe I can do that. But it's coaxing it. I know it's a problem. But let me get back to my rankings for a sec and make sure I've said everything I was going to I saved a little bit of my yammering because I was going to use it to, what's it called? Vamp, because the drafts are like 10, 15 minutes. And I didn't know if I had enough. But now let me tell you about my lower rankings. Aerial Powers, they've got it projected for 26. That's ridiculous. We've got Aerial Powers over here, 36 minutes, and she's more than a point per minute player, even on FanDuel. That she should be like 40. So, I mean, honestly, like I can't take enough of her because I don't really know how much I believe in my crazy projection. But if I really did, I would pull her way high. Let me just say it. I believe in it. So I'm pulling it up. I should have more. I should be closer to like 80%. It's a play that like if she doesn't get there today, should have her. Okay, she's below Alicia Gray. Those two, though, are probably going to be above Jo for me for every single future draft. Probably above Bonner. I mean, Bonner has top defense with Chelsea Gray back, but not above AT. So, okay, those two, though, I think are way, way good plays. Like they're going to be out there 36 minutes and be the number 1 and 2 option on the offense at all times. So Atlanta, I mean, I'm just getting to a ton of them. I'm going to get to even more now, it looks like, for my last 5 or whatever. Haley Jones is one that, how many minutes have we said she'd be out there? It's not that many, 26, and she's not quite a point per minute player, so you can get a little bit more if you want. Parker-Tyus, just not draftable for me. Not sure the minutes she'll get. A little bit of Tina Charles, never hurt anybody. I'm putting her up here. If she plays, she's going to be great. She's a great option like Jackie Young, who, like, when they're having their good nights, you need them on your team to win. Same thing with Naylissa, just like a little bit less confident. Same thing with Brianna. These are game stack things where like, yes, this is my overall ranking, but in this region, we're often going, there's a guy, I don't even actually know which podcast it is, but scroll the F down. It's more applicable in season-long fantasy football than it is for this. But allow yourself the freedom of ADP, the freedom from these projections. Anytime you feel a projection is wrong, that's your biggest play of the slate. Because that's what everybody's seeing on here. Everybody sees the projected points. At the end, they show everybody your like projected points per team, and you can feel good about it or bad about it. You shouldn't put any stock in that because there's significant mis projections. Chelsea Gray, that's pretty high. I'll be a little surprised if he gets to 25 today in 18 minutes. I mean, she could, but I'm not going to go overweight to her. I think other people are. Maybe a misleading. 24.9 from Parker-Tyus, completely undraftable on this platform. That's an outrageous projection. You should not project her for that today. If you can find an over-under site that has that for her, take the under. If you can find an alt under, take the alt under. They do not want to play her. And yeah, I mean, even with as few bodies, I think I had 8 or 9 of them in the lineup. They showed in the last game, they literally went to Subaj over her too. Like it wasn't just over Hillmon. Like it was for a little while over her. And so I don't know, man. I don't know what this rotation is. I tried to figure it out a little bit here for a while, but I still don't really. At the bottom, my rough order of preference is this. I've started putting Parker-Tyus above Nas just because she did play and Nas didn't play. So I might get to a little bit of Parker-Tyus here in these last 5 drafts. But I'm fine if you're preferring the other stack. If this is a Las Vegas, Connecticut stack, then I think Kia Stokes might play 24 minutes because it's a close game or something, or somebody else gets in foul trouble. Anyway, there's a lot of circumstances where in a Las Vegas, Connecticut game stack, yeah, and that's the other thing. So recognize where the rules are different from DraftKings. Most people are DraftKings people, DFS people, and they're coming over here and they're not really sure of the rules and rankings, whatever. Number one, it's a FanDuel scoring. So blocks, way more important. Turnovers, way more punitive. If you've got somebody who could really hurt you with turnovers, you got to consider like not as much of that person, right? He says as he jams Aerial Powers and jams Alicia Gray, who could obviously kill you that way and do need a lot of scoring. Those people are entirely usage-based and minutes misprojections. Normally, I would suggest getting at the top, and you see right now. I mean, why is Asia up there every night? Why is AT? Why do I've moved her a little higher? I think. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. Let me do that though, just for my future drafts, make it a little easier. Because even though for the majority of my drafts so far, I've wanted to rank Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston over her because I think that game has a better chance to stay competitive. Also, the matchup's better. I don't really like Alyssa Thomas driving into either Asia or Stokes or freaking Gustafson or whoever they bring in off the bench even. I mean, I tell you what, AT's been tough to watch. She always has been, even when she's been putting up triple doubles, but she was averaging one last year, and that was cool. And now, I mean, you can see her struggle against the taller players. I think that, I could probably defend her. She can only do the one thing. If she's shooting at free throw line or further away, it's just, I mean, it's a tale about why women should be given better benefits so they can take a little bit of time off and get the surgeries they need. Speaking of, man, the Cameron Brink thing, I don't think I can even talk about it, man. It's like, I was like almost really for real crying in the shower about that earlier when I was doing a draft run of like what I wanted to talk about on the show. That's the worst, man. She was like one of the top 4 or 5 talents. Like, and it's great to see Angel Reese and even Caitlin Clark coming along. She's noticed. Caitlin Clark has noticed you get the assists first in your triple double. It's a lot easier for a lot of reasons. There's a reason everybody's always trying to tick off assists first. Your other players have a lot of momentum. They don't have fouls yet. They are still in good shape. Towards the end of the game, your bigs are going to get tired and you're going to be able to run laps till you're going to be, they want you to take the shots at the end, right? So you need to not have worn out all that goodwill by taking all of the shots. So she's understood the way to get a professional triple double now, and it's coming, and you're going to see it soon. So I like Caitlin Clark, and I'm impressed with a little bit of humility there, right? Like the humility to understand getting assists first. It seems humble, but in the end, it's going to get you triple doubles. So I like what that's done to her peripherals, and that's why I had her, and I have so much of her already drafted. But in my last 11 or whatever, I'm going to go a little lighter. Okay, yeah, and game stack wise, you can see just in my overall exposures, results, drafts, W. Oh no, well that's fine. I mean, I guess you can see it's been going okay. Uh, and there's never a zero. That's one thing I like about it because of the forced draft structure and other people taking away choices. You get different combinations naturally. So even if you wanted to force correlations, you can't force all of the correlations. So I don't think I have any duped lineups even among 29 with the exact same rankings, some of which are chosen on auto. So I think that's all I got to say. So I'll leave you with you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us.